Hi everyone, my name is Mateus, and today we're going to talk about video games. Call of Duty: Modern Warfare 2 comes out later this month, but there's a surprise that many potential players didn't see coming. According to a page on battle.net, Modern Warfare 2 players will be required to provide a phone number connected to a valid data plan. Additionally, VoIP and prepaid numbers won't work. This decision is apparently part of a company-wide initiative at Activision Blizzard to fight toxic behavior in its multiplayer games. We saw the policy in action last week at Overwatch 2's launch, which led to controversy. In theory, this requirement will prevent abusive players, such as smurfs and boosters, from making new accounts, which means they'll be held accountable for their actions. However, restricting VoIP and prepaid numbers might stop hackers from worming their way back into the system, but it also has the unfortunate side effect of blocking people who rely on such services from playing the game entirely. Given that Overwatch 2 is supposedly a free-to-play game, this would seem contrary to the company's intentions. Additionally, given that prepaid phones are often cheaper than their competition, this policy definitely hits poor and underprivileged people the hardest, as well as kids who are too young to own their own phones. While Overwatch 2 isn't the first game to require a valid phone number to play online, reports from The Verge and the general player base suggest that Battle.net is being much more strict about prepaid and VoIP phone plans than games like Dota 2. Microsoft generated around $2.9 billion in revenue from Xbox Game Pass subscriptions on console in 2021, it's been reported. As spotted by TweakTown, a lengthy report by Brazil's Administrative Council for Economic Defense, CADE, on Microsoft's proposed acquisition of Activision Blizzard included a small table revealing the information. According to the table, of which CADE says the source is Microsoft itself, the Xbox company saw an income of $2.9 billion worldwide from game subscription services for consoles, meaning Xbox Game Pass. It's worth noting that actual profit is not revealed in the CADE report, and the revenue figure does not include PC Game Pass. As noted by TweakTown, this means Xbox Game Pass made up roughly 18% of Microsoft's total annual Xbox revenues, $16.28 billion, and nearly 30% of its games and services revenues, $12.581 billion, for the period. The table also claims that Nintendo Switch Online saw revenues of $932 million last year, while EA Play reportedly took in $356 million. No figure was given for Sony's game subscription services, be that PlayStation Now, which is now defunct, or the revamped PlayStation Plus, which was presumably too new to have had figures submitted. 2K has confirmed that a recent security breach resulted in customers' personal information being stolen and put up for sale. In late September, the publisher said that its customer support service had been compromised and warned players that might be affected to change their passwords. 2K said a third party had illegally accessed the credentials of one of its vendors to the helpdesk platform the company uses, before accessing confidential customer details and sending malicious links to some players. On October 6, 2K began contacting customers whose information had been accessed and put up for sale. The unauthorized third party accessed and copied some personal data that was recorded about you when you contacted us for support, including your email address, helpdesk ID number, gamertag, and console details, it explained. There is no indication that any of your financial information or passwords held on our systems were compromised. 2K added, however, out of an abundance of caution, we encourage all of our players to secure their accounts by resetting passwords and enabling multi-factor authentication if they have not already done so. It said the malicious link sent to some players contained malware that had the potential to compromise data stored on their devices, including passwords. 2K advised players who clicked on the link, "We recommend restarting your computer immediately and using cybersecurity best practices, resetting all your passwords, using MFA where available, and using updated antivirus software." Please refer to our post for additional guidance. Upon discovering the security breach last month, 2K took its support portal offline while it investigated and contained the incident. The support portal is now back online and is safe to interact with, according to the company. Lara Croft Go developer Square Enix Montreal has been rebranded as Onoma following its acquisition by Embracer Group earlier this year. As reported by GI.biz, a post on the developer's new website explained that Onoma is Greek for name and names offer endless possibilities, symbolizing that players can be anyone, achieve anything, and go anywhere. The post continued, "As game makers, we are inventors of new worlds, of new possibilities. Names are the beginning of stories, of our story as individuals and as a community. Stories are invitations to other worlds where the unknown, the impossible, and the magical become reality. At Onoma, we are creators, inventors, and storytellers, and the experiences and ideas that we bring to life connect us to each other and to players." The rebrand marks the beginning of a new chapter for Onoma, which was acquired from Square Enix alongside Crystal Dynamics and Eidos Montreal back in August. Microsoft's head of Xbox, Phil Spencer, has just revealed the company's dedicated Xbox game streaming device. Spencer published a photo of the device on Twitter, where you can see it sitting on top of his shelf in his Microsoft office space. It's a small white box that resembles the look of the Xbox Series S and will be dedicated to accessing Xbox games over the company's Xbox Cloud gaming service. Microsoft first announced it was planning an Xbox streaming device last year, and many had incorrectly assumed it would be a stick that would plug directly into a HDMI port. While Microsoft is still working on this Xbox streaming console, codenamed Keystone, it will be more of a box or puck-like device that attaches to monitors and TVs. The Xbox streaming device will also likely include access to media apps like Netflix and a lightweight user interface to launch Xbox games. Microsoft acknowledged the Keystone name earlier this year, but revealed it was still working on a new revision of the device. According to The Verge, sources familiar with Microsoft's plans tell that the Xbox team continues to work on its streaming device, and still plans to bring it to market. Sonic Frontiers will be getting free Monster Hunter DLC shortly after the game is released, Sega and Capcom have confirmed. The official Sonic the Hedgehog Twitter account revealed that the DLC would be coming to the game on November 14th at 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 1 a.m. Greenwich Mean Time on November 15th, and would be free to download. This was accompanied by another tweet on the official Monster Hunter Twitter account, giving more information on the nature of the DLC. It read, "Following launch on November 8th, download the free collaboration pack on November 14th to get some stylish in-game Monster Hunter equipment and play a fun minigame." The Japanese Sonic account then posted its own tweet, showing some screenshots of the DLC in use and giving even further details. Introducing the contents of the collaboration DLC, it said, "Rat Halo's equipment, Hunter/Arrow, that Sonic can wear will be available. In addition, you will be able to play the grilled meat minigame in the game. Blizzard will give you a free skin and double XP for playing Overwatch 2 later this month." In an official blog post on the game's website, Blizzard has announced that all players who log in between October 25th and the end of the first season, which is currently scheduled for December 6, will receive a health pack, weapon charm and the Cursed Captain skin for Reaper completely free of charge. The blog also confirms double XP weekend events intended for players affected by connection issues to catch up, but specific dates for those weekends have not been announced. The blog post also states that another patch is due later this week, which will bring further stability updates. Should more issues arise, all known bugs and their corresponding fixes will now be detailed on a designated page rather than in forum posts, which has been the main method of communication thus far. "We've largely stabilized the game overall, and we've made a lot of progress in fixing or improving issues some of you are facing, the blog post reads. We're committed to consistently investigating issues as they arise, working quickly towards fixes, and being transparent with our community on the status of Overwatch 2. The most recent issues plaguing Overwatch 2 affected two original heroes, as both Bastion and Torbjorn were removed from the selectable roster. Bastion was removed completely to be fixed, while Torbjorn is still available in quick play mode. That's all the news for today, Wednesday, October 12, 2022. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel. The links to all the subjects discussed in this video are available in the description below. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.